Yeah, why not? See the Germans meet there. Well, hold on, John, don't get too carried away.
Hello everyone, it's that Tassie Wargamer here again with John.
Hello.
If this table looks familiar,
Guten Tag.
it is. It's basically the same as last week. We enjoyed last week's game. We've made some adjustments. As you remember from last video, we had some dogs out on the table and the like, and deployment was a bit different. This time the Romans were starting here. Their aim is to either hold the bridge or the ford. But John, we gave John the option of, we put 6 blind chips on the table. 2 of them are real ambush points. The other 4 are dummies. My units managed to move really fast up the table. I chose this week, rather than moving as one unit, which I prefer the Romans to do. However, it may have worked out the same as last week. So this week I chose to split my own force, which means John will probably have an ambush point on each path, and I'll be forcing him to at least show both units and maybe slow one unit down while the other one moves ahead to hold one of those points. So I got my Centurion with 2 units over there. Both my skirmishing units, my Numidians and Balearic Slingers, moved straight, oh sorry, they're not there now, they were there. They moved straight up the table. However, John managed to ambush with one of his barbarian units into the flank of my Balearic Slingers and sent them packing. So they're not going to have much to do with the game. My Numidians are still there. My Optio deployed, he was going down the other path, and now I was backed up by my my Iberian cavalry. John hasn't deployed too much yet, so there's still a lot of frightening things that could go my way. He's got his cavalry out here, and his woodland archers. He's got his oath sworn, and he's got another unit backing them up too with his main officer. So obviously, as you can see now, they're going to be charging to try to hold that ford. And he's got this group, which is now unfortunately taken a bit of the highland, so the high ground. So it's working out to be a better scenario, I think. It feels very sort of German ground, because they're in the woods. By having those blind points, I had to progress, knowing that chances are I was going to be ambushed, and that's probably really how the Romans would have been feeling historically. So it's working out pretty well. Yeah, rather than just having 2 forces starting each end of the table. We've shied away from using the ambush as it sort of goes in the book. We came up with our own one. So there was no screening and no patrolling of points. We just said John's got 2 blind and that's it. And it's worked out pretty well. And I'll keep you informed. We're back at the table again. John's just ducked out. He had to go pick up something for a couple of minutes. John's unit here, which had previously chased my Balearic Slingers away. I had my Numidians here, who shot at them once originally at their front. They then moved around the side of them and shot them in the flank, and managed to kill 3 of them and put a point of shock on them. They then tried to charge my Numidians, who evaded with great skill back into the terrain there. So this is all woodlands anyway, so it's all the same. My Romans here are slowly moving up towards the ford. Likewise, John's main unit there are going to try to get to the ford too. He's moving up some archers. However, unfortunately for me, my intent, which was to get up here onto this high ground to cover both bridges, wasn't to be. John did a smart thing, having that ambush point there. As he saw my Balearic Slingers have run, my Numidians had to evade. So luckily though, I have got my Optio with his single unit here, who may be able to get in there and clear them out. I've still got my cavalry here. So it's not too bad for the Romans. However, I need to get moving. I need to get one of those bridges. Unfortunately, John has still got 2 groups to deploy. So it could be in any of these ambush points, deployment points, which he'd selected earlier. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm hoping it's one of those 2, which got him out of the way, but I don't think so. I think it's more likely to be this one there or that one there. Maybe as my horsemen go past, he might choose to ambush. So I need to get out of his way quick, smart. No clear winner yet. time will tell. This is a really good scenario. What John and I do is often we'll go from the book if we think it doesn't seem to work. John drew this one up himself, and then we just get a feel for how we think historically it would have gone, which is why we did our deployment points slightly differently than the book would suggest. I've just let John put out the 6 and have 2 of them as ambush points. It's worked really well. Anyway, we'll keep you posted. Yeah, back again, just a quick video, bloody for posterity this time. So, John's guys were moving along here. They got to the edge of the bridge. I laughed at him because he had a roll that only got him, I think, just to the edge of the bridge here. We then had 4 flags come out. John rolled, and because they were the last group to move, they would move 2d6 directly towards the nearest enemy, which were my Iberian skirmish cavalry right here in the woods. Frontal attack by his his warrior cavalry, inflicted 3 kills and a heap of shock, forcing me backwards straight away. My leader was reduced by a level, so they're now running away. All because I drew 4 flags and John got that extra movement, which just goes to show what happens in Infamy. That's out of all of our time playing Infamy sharp practice and chain of command, I don't think I've ever seen a result from having those 4 flags come out or any other sort of random thing have that much impact. As a result, he's now pushed my guys well back here and opened up my flank, possibly the rear of my my single unit there as well. So it's not looking as good for the Romans as it was. Bear in mind, John still has his 2 units off the table. Not looking good. I'll keep you informed as the Romans start to disintegrate. It's getting late in the game. John's group, mob, finally got over the ford and chose to charge my troops. I made the mistake of putting my Romans in the woods, thinking that they'd be better covered because John had his archers. However, still getting to know the rules a little bit, I guess, and the tactics. It didn't have any benefit for the Romans, and it was actually detrimental. Because they've got heavy armour, there was no addition that they could get to protection from the shooting. They're already in heavy armour. So being in the woods didn't offer protection. But in close combat, which is what happened here, had I been out in the open, I would have had 2d6 extra for being a drilled unit out in the open. So being in the woods, I didn't get that. So I should have really stayed in the open. I'll learn that for next time. Remember that. I've still won the battle, the battle there, the close combat, and pushed John back an inch, which hopefully will allow me to throw my pylon if I can. Over here, these guys got some fire into the side of John's cavalry, who continued to pursue my Iberian skirmish cavalry. Unfortunately, they've been caught in the back, so I think they're about to be obliterated. And John still has 2 units off the table, still waiting to deploy.
You haven't taken off your...
John's just popped to the loo, so I thought I'd do the closing ones here because we're probably going to be packing up very quickly. We've probably got about 5 minutes of play left. So once the next Tempest Fugit comes out, that'll be it. John's slowly been whittling me away. As you can see, I'm getting a lot of shock on my Romans over here. Disappointingly, like I said, I shouldn't have put him into the woods. I'm going to keep him in the open. My Numidians are here, but unfortunately, they're in close combat. These guys are 10 inches away, so they can't do anything at the moment until I manage to maybe throw these guys back at some point.
Because they moved up, didn't they?
My Romans are charging up to hopefully try to get to the bridge, but I'm expecting John's mounted warriors to turn and go for them pretty soon. So at this point, I would say it's going to be hard to tell. Maybe it's stalemate. Who knows? Anyway, thanks for watching.